watch the latest movie reviews and PR activities, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon.
Hi Payal, how you doing?
Hi Nashima. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Payal, welcome to People's Voice Season 5 in collaboration with female entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Payal, before we get into our real conversation, let me introduce you to our viewers very quickly.
Okay.
Payal Garg, an entrepreneur and a chartered accountant by qualification. She has over 19 years of experience in wide variety of ventures, including her own professional practicing firm and an outsourcing solution business. Payal has rich experience in business management, finance and accounts, and auditing and taxation on one side, and experience in providing administrative support to community work on other. Today, it's our pleasure to share this platform with multi-talented and renowned female entrepreneur Payal Garg. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Payal, let's start with knowing your journey. As I mentioned in my introduction, you have more than 2 decades of experience as an entrepreneur on different ventures. Throw some light on your journey.
I started planting the seed of starting my own business when I first became a mother. So my when I gave birth to my daughter, I at that time I used to go for my job on daily job, like to my auditing firm. I used to go in the morning, come back in the evening, and I used to come during the lunch hour to feed her, to make her sleep, settle her down, and then I used to go back to the office again. So one day when I came back during the lunch hour, I made her sleep, and when the moment I step out of the bed, she just held my finger tightly and she told me, Mama, please don't leave me. Mama, please don't go. And it was heart pouring, and I don't know how to convince her. Like there was one meeting scheduled in the second half of the day, and she was like crying and she was in tears that, Mama, please don't go. But somehow I convinced her. I went, and while I was on my way to office, something clicked that I should do something which can manage all these things, like my family duties, my household chores, my office work. If something can be done which can manage everything at the same time, it would be great. So at that moment, I just thought of starting something of my own, where I can have the liberty, where I can have the freedom of managing time. If I would have been running my business, maybe I would, that particular day, I would have scheduled the meeting for after an hour, or to next day I would have postponed it. But because I was in a job, I was an employee, I have to go. So that's how my journey started. After a month, I registered my firm, and being a chartered accountant, for me, it was not tough to register a company. So I registered, I started my business, and it was a good success. I put lot of, focus and tireless efforts went into it. Once I got a success into this, I started, then I gave birth to my second one after 3 years. So there, while I was in a resting period of 30 days, I conceived an idea for another business. And my first business was settled during that time. So I just thought, yes, I can do it and I can start another business. So during that period, I registered another company. And that's how, I started this another venture of outsourcing solution after the birth of my second child.
Payal, you shared with us how you have started both of your personal ventures, and now I would like to know that how you and when you realize that you have the business acumen and everything that it takes to be an entrepreneur.
I started my career from a very small organization. So I think around 35 or 40 employees were there in that organization. After I became a chartered accountant, I started from a small organization. So what happened, I was responsible for various key areas in the organization. Not only I used to handle the finance because that was my forte, but along with that, I was managing the vendors, I was meeting the clients, I was interacting with the banking financials, banking professionals. So, that's how I got the handhold of various sectors. Like in a job, people get the exposure of one particular field, especially the young professional who aspire for multinational companies. I've seen that they become like a robot, I would say, that they're doing every day doing the same job, and even though they have a lot of potential, but still, because they are into a job, so they have to do a particular type of things. But thankfully for me, being into a small organization, I got the exposure of various kind of jobs in the organization, and I have the authority of taking the decisions on their behalf and to handle it by myself. So I got this confidence that when I can handle their organization, then definitely one day I can handle mine as well. And my father is also a businessman. So as a child, I remember I used to, go with my father to various government departments, to IT department, sales tax department, to other business organization. And I was awed at him, the way he used to dress up before the meeting, the way he used to talk with them. So I just visualized myself as a businesswoman from my childhood. So that's how I realized that there is some kind of a business acumen within me, and maybe I have inherited from my father.
True, true, true. Looks like knowing your achievement, reading your profile, I'm sure it was there from the very beginning, from as you said, from a very young age to be a businesswoman, and and whatever it takes to be it. Payal, I know that now you have more than two businesses. In your profile, it's clearly mentioned that you are managing partner, CEO, founder of couple of firms. How do you decide that this business you want to get associated with? That business, if I involve myself, we will achieve what we are looking for. How do you decide that?
I think experience is knowledge, and knowledge is strength. So by experience, by once you get a success in one business, you have the experience of running the organization, running the business. So it comes by itself. Once you have the opportunities in the market, you meet people. When you are going outside your house, you are meeting variety, you are meeting many people and you're networking with them. So you come to know that there are lots and lots of opportunities in the market, and whatever suits me, or whatever the idea clicks to me, I feel that yes, definitely this I can do, and I can invest into this venture. And personally, I feel, once you establish a particular system within one organization, it gets settles for a while. You can manage it very well. It's not that a single person cannot manage too many things at the same time. It's only about the system that need to be maintained within the organization, within the house, and everything falls at its place. So through experience, I think, and I am passionate about business. I am keen in taking risk associated with the business. So I think that is, and no fear at all. I think that is one of the most important thing. I don't fear that if I am not able to sustain it, or if I'm not successful in this particular venture, then how I'm going to, what I'm going to do, or I would be losing money, or I would be losing this. So these things doesn't come to my mind. Okay. I feel that if anything goes wrong also, what's going to happen? The maximum you will lose your money, that's okay, you can stand again. Your existence is more important. Once if you exist, then definitely you can move ahead, and you can regain and recollect, and you can stand again. So that fear is never there within me, and that's the reason maybe I'm able to venture, I am able to move ahead and start many things at the same time.
So as you were going forward, you have learned the skills through your experience. You get equipped to what it takes to start new ventures with time, and that's how you were able to open up so many ventures. And as we all know by now, that be successful in all those ventures. Kudos to you, Payal, for being such a wonderful mother as well as a successful woman entrepreneur.
Thank you so much.
That takes me to my another question, that is, what are the challenges you come across when for the very first time you were stepping into the shoe of an entrepreneur?
Very honestly, there are two challenges, especially for a female entrepreneur. First is on the personal front. They have to juggle between the, family duties and the office work, children, too many things at the same time. And, especially in India, the female, they need to work hard. They need to, I would say, work twice than what men do, and they have to prove themselves. So this is one of the most challenge on the personal front. In office front, the which I remember, the challenge was to get the first client. Getting the first client is the biggest challenge. In our field, I have seen, if you want to work with big companies, multinational companies, they want that your organization should be at least 3 years old. You should have the financials of 3 years old, which shows the credibility of the organization.
Okay.
So when I started my company, definitely it was just a startup. So no big company was ready to give me business. They said that you need to share your financials for 3 years. And I told, I don't have the financial for 3 years, and I just cannot, and never I will be able to create my financials if I will never get the business. So, but this is how it was. Because if you want to work with, like our clients are PepsiCo, many multinational companies, Bain and Company, TCS, HCL. So for this, you need to have your strong financials. So the challenge was to how to get the business from them. So what I did, I purchased a company of Himachal. And it was, I think, 7 years old company. I converted the memorandum and article of association of that particular company and changed the registered address of the company. But I got the financials for last few years, which was used in getting business from the client. So this is, one of the challenge which I think every business faces, to just get the business. But one more challenge which I remember is networking. Networking plays a very important role in business. And being a mother, I used to, after the business hour, my job or my duty used to come towards the kids. I need to go back home. So, and most of the time, the networking starts after the business hours. So I was never able to do networking or meet people which could have, flourished the business, to understand the more about the markets. And that is, being a female entrepreneur, that was also one of the challenge. You cannot be very late at night. Staying in NCR, as you know, it's not very safe also. So these are the few challenges which I faced. Otherwise, there are bits of struggles in every business. That's okay. That's like ups and downs in any business. But otherwise, these are the major challenges which, as a female entrepreneur, and I think other females will also agree with me, that they too face these challenges while starting something or being into some business.
Yes, that's completely true. And whoever I have interviewed so far, they have this challenge that they have to balance between the personal life and the business life. Well, you being an experienced entrepreneur, I think this is the worth asking you that how much the business world has changed for women to be an entrepreneur. Since you have started long ago, you will be in a better position to answer.
It has transformed a lot, I would say. Now the revolutionary movement has come. Now the females, they are coming out of the shell. What I feel, each and every female, whether they belong to a small town, whether they belong to cities, everybody want to be working, everybody want to do something, create their own identity. So they have, overcome this prehistoric societal notions. And they have started working, and they're trying to prove themselves, like, even in the global entrepreneurship world. And if you will see the survey, our women entrepreneurs, they contribute to 14% of the total entrepreneurs in India, which has, the figure has, although it seems to be less, but I would say earlier even this 14% women entrepreneurs were not there. And females, they were not, were considered into as board members, as the CEO of the company, because of the limitations that females they used to have. So, but I can see that this has also transformed, and there is a revolution in the market, and females, they are doing very good. They are considered as board members. They are considered as the CEO of the company, head of the organization, and they are able to manage very well the household chores and the office work, their children. They are smart enough to do everything. So I think they have done, and the achievement gives them this, it is driven by the hunger of creating their own identity. And although it's still a long way to go for females, but
yeah. But it's a significant change you have seen in last 2 decades, that women
yes.
practice and position in the market, especially in business world, it's quite significant.
Yes, quite a significant thing. And even the men of our society, they have changed. They're supporting their, females, that yes, okay, you can go and you can earn, you can do whatever you want to. So they are also empowering their wives, their mothers, their sisters. So that's how it has changed a lot.
Mhm. With that, we are almost towards the end of our session, Payal. But before you leave, any advice or a message that you want to give our viewers, especially female entrepreneurs?
The foremost advice that I would like to give: don't compromise with your strength. Otherwise, you will left with the weaknesses. Everybody has their strength. Focus on that strength, and you will definitely going to achieve it. We have to remember that, we can achieve much more than what we think we can achieve. And what we are achieving now as well, we are more than what we think we are. So we have, unlimited potential within us. Just we need to be fearless. We need to be courageous enough to move ahead and just plunge into it. You will learn swimming. You have to plunge and just take that one baby step, and you will start walking. So, persistence is very important. Patience is very important. That positive attitude is very important. Even you have to take the criticism on your look into a positive way. So definitely you will going to be a successful woman or successful entrepreneur. These are the things which I would like to suggest that everybody should follow. And they should make their mind very powerful by disciplining, by following this everyday niyams and disciplining it. Unless you are following a particular discipline, you are not able to tame your mind. You have to tame your mind to be powerful.
Persistent patience and positive thoughts. Such a beautiful advice that you have given to our viewers. I'm sure if there is persistency in people's work, they can achieve whatever they want. With that, thank you so much, Payal, for your precious time. It was great having you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much. I am really honored. Thank you.